Here, put it on the wire. Well, take out that bleeding heart stuff.
Bleeding hearts? Me? Where? Oh, yeah. The tragic death of Julius Feynman, age 72. Tragic offends you.
Just make it the death of Julius Feynman, age 72. We don't want to imply that we're tossing brickbats at the sanitation department for malfeasance or anything like that.
You're a real crusader, Tony.
Well, listen, you've got a good angle there. Just get more of it. You get some damning facts, and I'll go with you all the way. We'll slam anyone who's responsible.
Really? You're going to throw a few brickbats, are you? Or is that too rough? Maybe we can just pelt him with some wet biscuits. Here, maybe you better sign this.
What is it?
Just sign it, Tony. I gave Harry a few bucks.
What for?
Come on, Tony, it's just sign it. Well, you won't do any harm. I mean, apart from a pension, he's got nothing. Thanks very much, Tony. You're Richard the Lion-Hearted, Patrick, Henry, and St. Teresa, all stuffed into one big pinstripe suit.
Matty, send up a corned beef sandwich, Lee, and a bottle of cream soda. And fresh pickles this time.
Well, you're working late tonight, Miss Emily.
Oh, I'm helping out with the advice column. All these poor people, such problems. Look at this.
All those women hanging around him. I should have such a problem. What are you going to tell him?
Well, I hoped you'd come up with a suggestion.
Me? Okay. You tell him to get his doctor to prescribe a massive course of hormone treatments. And him, 73 years old.
Is this your story?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Well, may I read it?
Yeah, sure. It's not going to help you with that stuff, though.
Oh, no. I'll let you in on a little secret. I just took this job as a stepping stone to what I really want to do.
Which is what?
I'm writing a novel. A detective novel.
Well, good for you.
I needed experience of life. I was becoming insulated in that little place of mine. And anyway, down here I get to use the typewriters and the paper's free.
Well, that's a very good attitude for a professional writer. Madam Emily.
Good night.
When you're finished with that, give that to Martha to set on the wire. If Vincenzo was going to give me a feature series on Roosevelt Heights, I'd need more background, lots more. But right now, I'd had enough. I was tired and I wanted to go home. Maybe if I'd done my job properly and gone back to Roosevelt Heights that evening, the Goldstein would still be alive.
I didn't understand it.
What?
The movie.
What's to understand movies nowadays? They take their clothes off. That's all that matters. Jeanette MacDonald and Nelson Eddy, they never took their clothes off.
Neither did we, really. We never left the lights on, either. Now that I come to think of it, what would it have hurt?
Come on, Miriam.
Well, what would it have hurt? All that running in and out of the bathroom, putting on our pajamas, all that ceremony. Oh, Saul, what were we so ashamed of?
Come on, Miriam.
Saul, where are you going?
Taking the shortcut.
I don't want to.
What's what I don't want to? We always take the shortcut through the alley.
Now, that was before Mr. Feynman died.
So what is that supposed to mean? Buck Feynman is gonna pounce on you fresh from the grave?
You know what I'm talking about. Mr. Feynman, God rest his soul, he didn't just die. He was killed by the same wicked person that's doing that all over the neighborhood.
Those are just kids, Miriam. Just kids. Kids don't go around killing people.
All right, Mr. Wise Guy, so what did kill Mr. Feynman?
He died. He was pushing 80. He was entitled.
I am not going to take the shortcut.
Okay, so the cocoa will be ready on the stove when you come home.
Sal? You're a stubborn man, Sal Goldstein.
My feet hurt. Nothing. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. Good evening, officer.
Sal, I was so silly.
Someone called in the middle of the night to let me know what had happened, more or less. I say more or less because that someone was too hysterical to make much sense, but the little that I could glean made it hard for me to sleep. Who croaked this time?
Beat it, I'm busy.
Just a name? Come on.
Goldstein, Mr. and Mrs.
Mr. and Mrs. Chewed up like the rest of them?
I'm not a quiz show host. For one thing, they make better money than I do.
Better jokes, too.
Mr. Kolchak.
Hi, Mrs. Starman. Why aren't you home in bed?
Who can sleep in an atmosphere like this? Listen, Mr. Kolchak, I know who did it.
Yeah, sure.
Please, Mr. Kolchak, listen to me. I'm telling you, I know who did it.
Mrs. Starman, would you do me a favor? You're right in my picture.
But you don't understand. I'm the one who called you.
You what?
I called you.
Why didn't you identify yourself?
Didn't I?
Come on, Mrs. Starman. Let's have a talk.
He lives there. It's his restaurant.
Who?
The man who murdered the Goldsteins, the Hindu.
Why would he want to kill the Goldsteins?
He's a Nazi, that's why.
Harry, excuse me, but you usually don't find Hindu Nazis in any great number.
Look, the Goldsteins were Jewish, right?
Yeah, well, this is a Jewish neighborhood, Harry.
Sure it is. That's why he chalks up those swastikas all over the place.
Well, how do you know it's him, Harry?
Look, he moved in here a couple of months ago, just after the rats chewed up old Mrs. Resnick, and that's when the swastika started to appear. I mean, Mr. Kolchak, what sort of a nut opens an Indian restaurant in a Jewish neighborhood? Me, personally, I'm not too crazy about kosher chutney. Do you mind?
Yeah, well, you got a point there.
Sure, he's up to something bad. I saw him the other night. He was painting swastikas all over the door and fence back where he lives in back of the restaurant. I'm telling you, he's as crazy as a bedbug.
He is.
Who are we talking about?
All right, Harry, let's go see. So?
You'll see. You'll see.
Yeah?
Huh? Well?
Here? Yeah? Okay.
Huh? Was I right or was I right?
You was right. You want to join me?
Are you kidding? I can barely climb the stairs, let alone the fence. I'll wait here.
Keep your eyes peeled, huh?